My friend Rob died at 58 last year. He was super fit, climbed mountains, normal, blood tests, lab tests. Here's the question that haunts me. What if the inner lining of his arteries had been doing the one job it exists to do? That job is producing a gas, a miracle gas called nitric oxide. I'll show you exactly what it is, why almost everyone over 50 is severely deficient in it, and the specific steps backed by peer-reviewed science to rebuild it starting today. I'm a physician. I have advanced coronary disease, 77% blockages in my coronary arteries, so join me in my journey as I unplug them and reverse them. Rebuilding my nitric oxide production is the pillar of my protocol I am most certain about. I learned this from Dr. Esselstyn, who proved it. Nitric oxide is a master signal molecule of your cardiovascular system. It does 4 things that nothing else can replicate. No drugs, no other systems. Number 1, dilates your arteries. When your endothelial cells release nitric oxide, NO, smooth muscle in the vessel walls relax, blood pressure falls, blood flows freely. Number 2, nitric oxide prevents platelet aggregation. That means no clots. But no nitric oxide means platelets can adhere to the vessel wall. Sticky platelets are the first step toward the clot that killed Rob. Number 3, nitric oxide is anti-inflammatory. Nitric oxide suppresses the NF-kB signaling pathway. This is the master switch of vascular inflammation, and so it removes inflammation. Number 4, nitric oxide prevents LDL oxidation. Oxidized LDL is what triggers the entire atherosclerotic cascade, and nitric oxide is the shield. So your endothelial cells are a pharmacy, a natural inbuilt pharmacy. They produce the most important cardiovascular drug in existence, the nitric oxide. The question is whether yours are open for business. Nitric oxide production peaks in your late teens and early 20s. You hardly ever hear of a teenager having a heart attack. By age 40, you're producing approximately half of what you made at age 20. By age 60, you're at roughly only 35% of nitric oxide production. By 80, closer to 15%. So research found a 75% loss of endothelium-derived nitric oxide in patients aged 70 to 80 compared to healthy 20-year-olds. The enzyme that makes nitric oxide is called eNOS, endothelial nitric oxide synthase. Now, when eNOS is healthy and active, your arteries are protected. When eNOS is impaired, the production disappears. Oxidized LDL. This is the most mechanistically destructive. Oxidized LDL does not merely block eNOS, it uncouples the enzyme, causing it to produce superoxide instead of nitric oxide. So instead of producing something that helps the blood vessels and protects it, it produces a poison factory. Number 2, physical inactivity. The primary stimulus for eNOS activation is shear stress, the mechanical force of blood flowing across the endothelial surface. As you exercise, no movement means no shear stress. No shear stress means eNOS is not stimulated. The factory sits idle. Number 3, ADMA, asymmetric dimethylarginine. ADMA is elevated by processed food consumption. It's a direct competitive inhibitor of eNOS. It occupies the enzyme's active site and blocks production of nitric oxide. 2 more habits that block the backup system: antiseptic mouthwash and fluoride rinses. Used by over 200 million people worldwide. Second one, antacids and proton pump inhibitors, used by another 200 million people worldwide. And I'll explain why in a minute. Your body has a backup system for making nitric oxide, besides the endothelial cells. It does not depend on eNOS. It depends on what you eat and what lives in your mouth and the acidity in your stomach. So when you eat leafy green vegetables, you consume dietary nitrates. Those nitrates are absorbed from your gut into circulation and then actively concentrated by your salivary glands at levels 10 times higher than your blood concentration. The salivary glands continuously secrete this nitrate-rich saliva into the tongue crypts over 2 to 4 hours after a meal. This creates a sustained, rolling supply of this nitrates through your blood. Your arteries are continuously anointed with nitric oxide precursors across the day, signaling the endothelium to revive its own enos production. In those tongue crypts live facultative anaerobic bacteria, specifically Veillonella and Rothia species. These bacteria possess nitrate reductase. They convert dietary nitrate to nitrite. You swallow the nitrite-rich saliva, it reaches your stomach acid at a healthy pH of 1.5 to 3.5. This chemically reduces the nitrite to nitric oxide. That nitric oxide is immediately absorbed through the stomach lining into your circulation, reaching your endothelium, doing exactly what enos-derived nitric oxide does. Antiseptic, mouthwash, and fluoride kill the oral bacteria that perform this conversion of nitrate to nitrite. No bacteria, no nitrite. No nitrite, no gastric nitric oxide. The antacids and proton pump inhibitors raise stomach pH. The chemical reduction of nitrite to nitric oxide does not occur. Without the acid, nothing happens. So here's the 6 vegetables I eat daily, ranked by nitrate content. Number 1, arugula. 480 milligrams of nitrate per 100 grams. Beet greens, 177 milligrams of nitrate. Swiss chard, 151 milligrams of nitrate. Spinach, 131 milligrams. Beets, 110 milligrams. And kale at 6th place, 62 milligrams. You take any one or combination of these, 1/3 cup, boiled or lightly steamed. If you don't have access to hot water, raw is okay. Dress with balsamic vinegar, lemon, or apple cider vinegar to enhance the nitrate absorption. 6 servings per day. Spread from morning to bed, around 2 to 3 hours in between. Chew them very thoroughly. Mix it with your saliva so it goes into your salivary glands. Do not swallow whole. No fluoride mouthwash, no antiseptic rinse, no antacids within 2 hours of eating greens. If possible, eliminate them altogether. If you need proof that nitric oxide is the central mechanism of cardiovascular protection, look no further than the oldest heart drug in medicine, nitroglycerin. It's been prescribed for angina, chest pain on exertion, since 1879, 145 years. In 1998, Robert Fergat, Louis Ignarro, and Farid Murad won the Nobel Prize for discovering the mechanism that was nitric oxide. Nitroglycerin is a prodrug. Your vascular tissue converts it to nitric oxide within seconds. You just put it under your tongue. Within 60 to 90 seconds, the vessels dilate, blood flow is restored, chest pain disappears. The drug in your pocket is the backup for a system that should never have been allowed to fail. Day 1 to day 3, stop the antiseptic mouthwash, stop the antacid if not medically necessary. Measurable blood pressure reduction has been shown within 48 hours. By day 3 to 7, if you've eliminated saturated fat, within 72 hours, enos uncoupling begins to reverse. Studies show statistically significant endothelial improvement within 1 week of a plant-based dietary transition. Week 2, add the greens 6 times per day. Add HIIT exercise, high-intensity exercises. Even moderate aerobic exercise upregulates enos expression within a single session. By weeks 4 to 8, month 1 to 2, angina patients following an intensive lifestyle intervention reported 91% reduction in angina frequency at 1 month. Not a year, at 1 month. By month 3, week 12, measurable arterial endothelial improvement on ultrasound. I want to be honest with you. When I first started this protocol, I was consumed by one number, the LDL cholesterol number. I tracked it obsessively. Then I had a conversation with Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn. He had already done this protocol with his most severe heart patients that were basically on their deathbed, had weeks, months to live. I asked him what he believed was the single most important mechanism in his protocol. He did not hesitate. He said the endothelium, not LDL reduction. The revival of the endothelium's capacity to make nitric oxide, that is his first and premier goal. Everything else is just downstream from it. I knew this was important. I had known it for months. I had listened to his lectures over the last 10 months, but it was just one of the many priorities, but not the first priority. That conversation changed that. Now I eat greens 6 times a day with balsamic vinegar, not because it is convenient, because reviving the endothelium is the first job. Lowering LDL is the second job. Both matter, but the order matters more.
These videos save lives. Like, subscribe, share it with someone you love, and ask your questions below. Together, we will save lives. For my up-to-date learnings and more, visit me at ham.com.